Hey there, Overwatch enthusiasts. Welcome back to my channel. Deathbyphiw here. Today we've got some thrilling updates about Overwatch 2 with some leaked patch notes. I'm sure this would rock your world because this is pretty crazy what's going on. So let's just dive right in and discuss how these changes will shake up the game. Keep in mind, disclaimer, these are leaked patch notes. They're not official. Things can change. This may not even be real, but this is what's been going on for the last week. Everybody's been talking about this. Global projectile size increases going across the board. This means that most damage dealing projectiles have been enlarged, making it easier for heroes to hit their targets. Imagine Soldier 76's pulse rifle or Roadhog's scrap gun now packing a bit more punch. I mean, these adjustments are going to affect the dynamics of battles, allowing for more precise shots and strategic plays. Like, this is crazy. I personally don't think this is good for the game. You know, you can let me know what you think in the comments, but like, this is making it easier, especially for projectile heroes, to do a lot more damage. And you know, you're gonna have easier targeting of other heroes, and it's just gonna really be so much easier to hit things. And I personally think keeping the game at a higher skill cap and not increasing projectile size would be better, but what do I know? Now, that's not all. Blizzard has also fine-tuned various hero abilities, such as Anna's Sleep Dart, Reinhardt's Fire Strike, among others. These changes, they aim to balance the gameplay and enhance the overall experience for players. Brigitte's Whip Shot, Orissa's Energy Javelin, Reinhardt's Fire Strike, Roadhog's Chain Hook. These things are all getting changed, and melee energy beams are adjusted in either damage or hitbox width and is specified in each hero's update. It's going to be groundbreaking. I think the game is going to go through a massive change if this is all true. I also read there's going to be maybe some updates to Pharah's abilities to make her kind of like decrease her ability to be up in the air, but her projectile size is increasing, so there's going to be more splash damage. There's just like a whole slew of changes here. I highly recommend you going to this leaked patch notes and checking it out. I'm gonna leave that in the description of the video so you can check it out for yourselves and see all the actual unique changes that may be happening. Now, in addition to hero updates, there's been like a significant overhaul of health pools. We're talking about major changes in health pools for heroes that can make some other heroes like Genji, who don't receive a buff, become, I would think, like literally unplayable. I mean, it's kind of hard to play Genji today, but with these health pool updates, think of what we call a squishy today, and Genji having Blade, it's going to take 3 Blade swipes with no damage buff increase to Genji's ultimate to kill a squishy. With Nano, it's going to take 2 Blade swipes to kill a squishy. I mean, that's crazy. I mean, Genji is already so bad right now in current meta. Doing that is going to put him even further down the champion hero pool. All heroes, including tanks, damage dealers, and support heroes, will see an increase in their total health pool. It's going to make them more resilient in combat. There's going to be a lot more health. I really do think they're trying to compensate for 6v6 here, and trying to add all the stuff that was that we're missing from 6v6 into 5v5 by giving people more health, and just making it like longer team fights and more things going on. So some of the changes here you'll see is like Diva health increased from 150 to 175, baby Diva. Her mech armor getting increased, which is going to be significant. Maga's health increased. I mean, all the tanks are getting increases, even the squishies like Bastion, Cassidy, Ashe, Mei, Pharah, Reaper. They're all like, we're talking about Mei and Reaper walking around with 300 HP. That's going to be insane. They're going to be like mini tanks in a way, and all the supports are getting health buffs, and it's going to be pretty crazy in my opinion. The other biggest change is now all heroes will generate 20 health points per second after 5 seconds of not taking damage. So we didn't have much clarity on that original release from Blizzard when they spoke about it, but we do now see that it's going to be 20 health points after 5 seconds of not taking damage. That means you can't be in the middle of a fight taking damage. I think this would be better for like Reinhardt's Sigs with their shields up. They're holding it, they're backing up, kiting back with the team, and after 5 seconds, if the shield holds, they start to regenerate a little bit at HP. Might put Rein in a little bit better of a place. I still do think Rein is a bit weak and needs some other changes, but this might change up like what we do on the tank side of things in the game. So that's just a significant overhaul of health pools. Everything's gonna change. Damage across the board, tank picks across the board. I just think it's gonna be big mix up in hero selection, and it's gonna take a little bit of a while to figure out what's broken and what's not. I personally don't like this for the game. I think we should leave health pools the way they are and just do like maybe a global heal or a global damage nerf, and have it tuned down just a little bit to start. Maybe a decrease of 5% across the board, across all heroes, damage and healing, just to see what would happen, because it just feels like there's too much damage and there's too much healing, and it makes the tank's role in the game just so unfun. So that global health generation passive, I once again don't necessarily think it's a good thing for the game, but if they do input that, then they should probably give supports a different passive, because if everybody has the same passive support has, it's basically like, oh well, tanks have a passive, DPS have a passive, but they also have this global health generation passive, and then the supports passive is a little bit stronger for heals, but like, what's the point? Just give them all the same global passive of healing and have it be the same across the board, and maybe give supports something a little bit different. I don't know what it would be, but I think it would be better to give them something different, because now it just seems like they have the same passive everyone else has. It's just a little bit stronger. You know, I think this passive ability adds a new layer of strategy to the game. It's going to encourage players to manage their health more efficiently during battles, and you may have a tracer who came in, dove in, had to get away, they recalled, and they took some damage, and they just dash away, and they're looking for a health pack. Maybe Sombra hacked it, she can't get it. Maybe there's no health pack near her. She'll start to regenerate some HP. It'd take a little bit of the responsibility away from the supports in a way. I think maybe this would increase the meta towards more damage supports, like maybe a Mortar in the backline, because don't need to be healing as much, and those dive DPS you're playing with, the Genjis, the Tracers of the world, the Sombras of the world, they're fine. They can get health packs, or they could just move around and just get 20 HP every 5 seconds not being in combat. Alongside these changes, there were several heroes that have received adjustments that I mentioned earlier to their, some of their abilities, some of the ultimate abilities, such as D.Va's Self-Destruct and Reinhardt's Rocket Hammer, Earth Shatter, or whatever you want to call it. These modifications are going to be happening according to the leaked patch notes, and there's going to be some changes there to maintain balance and promote diverse gameplay strategies. So let's see what happens. Let's see what they release. I mean, groundbreaking stuff, and also not official. Also, let's not forget about map updates. They're saying that there's going to be some changes to maps like Junkertown to receive some exciting new structures before Checkpoint A, providing more cover and strategic opportunities for players. So this should be interesting if they do make some changes. I think Junkertown is such a huge map. It really does benefit long-range heroes like Widowmaker. Some new covers and structures for strategy, I think, may add some interesting things and exciting things into the game. Other than that, patch notes are going to be in the description of this video. Oh, leaked patch notes. And there you have it, folks. Like, these updates are bound to have like a significant impact on Overwatch 2. I think it's going to shape the game's meta and also our player experience. I really do think Overwatch devs are trying to make changes that keeps the game interesting, keeps us engaged, keeps us motivated to keep playing. I feel like these changes, although some may be bad, there's going to be a lot of good coming out of it. So what do you think of these changes? Let me know down in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon for more Overwatch 2 content. Until next time, happy gaming.